All right, y'all got to talk about this one. Bia Mesquita completely destroys Irina Alekseeva, aka Russian Ronda. I mean, she might as well not even carry that nickname anymore, the Russian Ronda. I mean, because she's turning into a complete bust right now. I'm just being real, man, because ever since she's hit this scene, I just seen like inconsistent performances with Alex Leva. I mean, on one side she got popped and she was out for like a year, and even whenever she was fighting, I mean, outside of just being a slugger, I really wasn't seeing this shade of Ronda in her. So matching her up with Bia Mosquito, in my opinion, I knew that was going to be like a food type situation, where they're going to make Bia look good. But hey, Bia, she went in there, did what she needed to do, earned performance of the night. So shout out to her. Like I said, anybody coming in there with the finish in the bantamweight division right now, I'm supporting. If they're coming in with that killer instinct, I'm all for it because we need these type of bantamweights to come in here and make a big statement to bring back 135. I mean, first Michelle Montague, now we got Bia. This weekend coming, we got Melissa Croden. So I'm hoping that all three of these fighters deliver. I mean, so far they have, but I have to say that Bia is the one that really shows some true dominance with her style and her skill set. Now I know down the road she's going to need to show a little bit more skills, but overall, this is what you want to see from a BJJ legend, right? I mean, she calls herself the BJJ legend. She's the GOAT of BJJ, right? So as long as she continues to go in there and submit these girls the way she's doing, hey, that's going to put more eyes on the bantamweight division. And she keeps doing this, it's going to put more eyes on WMMA. So yeah, I mean, I like the energy. She came with the game plan and she came fight for the finish. She just didn't fish for the submission. She put a beating on Irina Alekseeva. I mean, bullied her on the ground, just muscled her, out muscled her. And that's another thing I want to talk about. I mean, right from the jump in the first round, the first thing I noticed with Bia, because I already been doing my research on her and watching like the majority of her fights. I've seen the majority of her fights, and the one thing I noticed was the physique. I mean, this girl really put on a lot of muscle. Like she's carrying the muscle nicely. Like you could really see like her back and like her legs. Like she was really like bigger than she has been in her past few fights, and she's carrying the weight nicely. She's moving a little bit slower, but she knew how to use it when she got in the clinch and getting the fight to the ground. So the first thing I would say, with Bia is I like the movement as far as her just circling and not standing in front of Irina Alekseeva, who's a slugger, and not just running head first in the big shots trying to get the takedown. She was actually being smart about it. Just throwing out a few jabs here and there, but it was her right hand that caught Alekseeva as Alekseeva stepped in and she clipped her and then she muscled her into a clinch, got the fight to the cage real quick. And right there, she got the underhook and peeled Irina Alekseeva off the cage for a big takedown. And right from there, full mount. I mean, full mount for like over 3 minutes. And she was just bullying Alekseeva. I mean, she was beating this girl up, just putting her weight on her and riding her. A couple of times, Alekseeva was just like unrecognizable. Like, I mean, the way these shots was coming down and just swelling her face, I was like, is that still Alekseeva on there? I was like, who is that? I was like, did they switch opponents? Because she was just taking so many big shots. But there was a few times Bia was like just kind of resting on her too, just like bullying her by laying on top of her and not letting her up, and then dropping a couple of them 12 to 6 elbows every now and then, like sporadically, just to kind of surprise her and really like just break her will. So I like that energy. I like what Bia was doing. Like she was really just going for the kill, but not just showing that she's a BJJ specialist, but she wanted to show that, hey, I can go in there, out wrestle, out grapple, and just beat this girl up. So with that bullet control time, I would have said 10-7 round, but yeah, I definitely gave her a 10-8 round for that one. But the second round, again, smart entry from Bia. She took her time, used her lateral movement like she did in the first round, just kind of circling Alekseeva, not standing in front of her, just trying to find that surprise moment. And as she caught Alekseeva throwing like a couple wild haymakers, she went straight for that single leg, spun around, got her, boom, big takedown, put her on her back again, past the guard, got in that hat. Yeah, she went straight past the guard as soon as she got her down. And from there, she was just putting that weight on her again. And she's about to transition to that full mount, but Alekseeva started panicking. She was like, oh no, I'm not doing it again. But as she got up, she gave up her back. So she gave up her back. You never do that to a specialist like this. Bia locked it in. Now, this right here was a rear naked choke. When she gave up her back, I mean, Bia was on it. She was on it. She locked it in. Now, last weekend, commentators were saying Yana was about to get choked out by Macy. No, that wasn't nowhere near a choke out. I mean, Yana defended that one well, but this one, Bia, she locked it in on Alekseeva. I mean, she was turning that girl's face purple. So Alekseeva had no choice but to tap. So yeah, good second round finish via RNC for Bia Mesquita. Like I said, I like what I'm seeing from these girls right now coming into bantamweight. It's the kind of energy you want to see. I think that Bia Mesquita moving forward, she's definitely got some things to work on. But if they want to feed her some more girls like this, that can just kind of build up her defense and her stand up defense and even work on her own striking, so be it. I think at her age though, they might want to move her faster because she's like 34. Same thing, like I said in the past with girls like Manon Fiore. They've been in the game for a long time, so they have like that focus more so on going straight for the experienced fighters. And she's older, so she's got the experience. I mean, she has to make that transition to mixed martial arts, but I kind of see that mindset in her as far as her grind, like putting on a little bit more muscle, looking the part, being well conditioned. Just a lot of things I'm seeing, in this fight versus some of her early fights. I mean, she only has like 5-6 fights, but still, like, I see her taking her time and keeping that left shoulder up, trying to block, strikes. But moving forward, yeah, I definitely want to see her work on her hand speed and her accuracy. A couple of times, those right hands in the first round, I didn't like. She was kind of slinging them, kind of pitching them slow right hands, just lobbing them. Those lobbing right hands where you throw them lobbing right hands on a good striker like Cavalcanti or Irina Aldana or Kel Rosa, you getting clipped, you might get dropped. So that's something I want to see Bia work on. A little flat-footed too, but that's going to come with the territory with some of these grapplers. I mean, if she can just work on like her defense upstairs and, like I said, just work on the jab and the straight right hand, that can save her in some fights. So yeah, she definitely earned performance of the night with me. I want to see more of this from her. She's definitely turning into a fighter that I want to see, go in there and just perform. She could definitely move up to main card on UFC Fight Night or pay-per-view cards. Not sure about headlining yet, but you'll definitely want to see her on a main card as long as she continues to perform like this. So up next, I mean, Daria Lesnikova, Basila Cachoeira, any of them long, tall girls or power punches that can really test her defense. If she can go in there and, block some of those shots or even, counter and get these type of girls down, hey, match her up with those type of fighters. I mean, Zombie Girl is a fight that could go either way as far as, the punches that might land. So that's something I would like to see. But yeah, Lesnikova might be the one. That might be the one I like to see her in there with next to just kind of see her get ranked now, just to see if she's there. Because the bantamweight division, at the pace it's moving, some of these girls that are getting signed, I would like to go ahead and see them get ranked because the division is kind of dry and it could use this type of fire. See, when you look at flyweight has like, it's got like these different levels and there's so many more fighters. You got to really work at flyweight because there's just so many different styles and so many in the roster and everybody's coming to flyweight right now. So bantamweight could really use Bia Mesquita. So yeah, moving forward, throw her in there Zelesnikova, Irina Alekseeva, 3-fight losing streak, inconsistent, not really showing any improvements. I mean, she got popped. She was out for like a year. That kind of spells cut to me. I'm just saying, hey, she got some work to do though. She got a lot of work to do outside of the cage. That's just my opinion, y'all. Let me know in the comment section what y'all thought of the fight. Who do y'all want to see Bia take on next? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.